The Arizona Cardinals coaching search has reached the final level. That's right. They're at the final boss. But is it even worth it? Should the Cardinals have just hired somebody already? Or is it worthy to sit down with Klint Kubiak and make their pitch, Johnny Venerable?
Yeah, we're going to do tail of the tape, Cardinals and Raiders. Spoiler alert, it's bad. PHNX Cardinals starts now. Hey, welcome in. Live from Studio K, presented by our friends at Circle K. It's the PHNX Cardinals podcast, your premier, #1 in the world, Arizona Cardinal podcast. Like and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star wherever you get your programming. I'm Johnny Venerable. He's Brack. Living large here as we break down the very latest with the Arizona Cardinals coaching search. Hit that like and subscribe for your boys who have been working OT to find some clarity, Bo.
Trying to find it. We've got some clarity, no doubt about it. Details as far as what's going to happen to wrap up this Cardinal search. But as far as why they're doing it, reasoning, logic behind it, yeah, we'll see. What a username and what a contribution to the chat who farted and basically saying feeling low. But what's up, Brandon Hunter? How about Aaron, Lacho Libre, Shaft, Joe? Love to see Jack in the chat. Eric Christensen. Got Brian A, Desert Vulture. Mike, good to see Mike make a live show. Hi, Deb. How's everybody doing? How about Brandon Hunter and Eric Lambert? David, Dylan Richards, LeBron, the entire squad. Steven Jackson. Great to see some longstanding supporters here of PHNX Cardinals. In the chat, ready to fire this thing up and talk some Cards ball coaching search. Of course, this episode brought to you by our friends over at Bet365. Download the Bet365 app today. And when you use the code PHNX365, all you have to do is deposit $10. And when you bet $5, win or lose, you get $150 in bonus bets.
Hit that like button. We're going to need them today. So we work our way towards Saturday where the Cardinals look like, by hook or by crook, they're going to meet with Klint Kubiak in Seattle. If you didn't join us yesterday, God help us. The Arizona Cardinals have not had any activity today that we're aware of. The last time they had a notable visit was the conclusion of Tuesday with Mike LaFleur. So the strategy now is, I guess, we're going to hang out at the facility from Tuesday night until Saturday. And we're going to waste time not putting together a staff, not being proactive, and are waiting to get rejected from Klint Kubiak. I was told I was being too negative today, so I just wanted to get out of the way off the top.
Who said you were being too negative? And we've barely spoken today. There
are people, and this is with all due respect, that believe that it's a coin flip between the Cardinals and the Raiders. And I want to caution people, listen, there was once upon a time, I believed in the tooth fairy and that kind of thing. I mean, I'm just trying to live in the real world here, guys. That the Cardinals are, by and large, not going to get Klint Kubiak. And we're going to walk through it in a lot of different aspects today. But the most emphatic one is that the Cardinals have had a difficult opportunity selling their team and their franchise to the large majority of candidates. And this is the candidate.
Yeah.
Like if I just get in off, this is just what I believe off the cuff here.
Sure.
We got 500 watching live.
Yeah.
I think this is an optics play. I think this is, we had them scheduled. Let's just finish it. Due diligence play. Instead of, like, if I was in that facility, I'd be like, guys, we're missing out on candidates. The Dolphins are hiring Nat Hackett. I mean, like, all the good candidates are getting gobbled up to complete their staffs.
Wow. Bad example.
I know. I just mean, like, that's where it's going to get reserved to. you're waiting this
No.
long and you're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Don't use the Dolphins making a bad hire as an example. You're just going to be slumming it as far as building your coaching staff. But the urgency absolutely should be there, no doubt about it. I'd love to put Johnny in that building, go office to office, and just yell, "WTF are we doing?"
What are they doing this week? Where are they at?
What are they doing? And like, sure, okay, there are in fact 2 teams left standing here in this coaching search, no doubt about it. Like, you've done the math correctly. There were 10 openings. Now there's 8 hirings, and there's 2 remaining vacancies. And the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders are indeed vying for the services of one coach. You can say, yes, as far as you're looking at the chart, as far as vacancies, there's a 50% split there between the Cardinals and the Raiders. But when it comes down to one team to beat for the services of Klint Kubiak, I think that the percentages sway overwhelmingly in the favor of the Las Vegas Raiders. And that's not saying a lot. Like, I think if you were to go to any given offseason, you could make your case easily against the Las Vegas Raiders. But when it comes to a league of what assets do you have and what assets do you not have, the haves and the have-nots, Las Vegas Raiders right now, as it sits, especially when it compares to the Cardinals, are the haves and the Cardinals are the have-nots. So to say, hey, I'm just going to get a coin out, and what if it lands on our heads or tails? We'll give Cardinals the tails here because they're the bird in this situation. It's not a 50% chance it's going to land on tails for the Cardinals. It's just not.
He also has the opportunity to go back to Seattle.
He does.
Pull Ben Johnson.
He does.
Like, this is why they brought in Tom Brady, to be able to, seal the deal. They've got Fernando Mendoza. It's just, we're going to go.
I don't even think Tom Brady really plays that big of a role.
Well, what he represents. Who represents excellence for the Cardinals? I mean, that's why they brought him in, so they can lure free agents and coaches, and then they can get his perspective on how to become a big boy franchise.
Right.
At least they're trying. I mean, like the Cardinals, like it's doubly bad. And we talked about on yesterday's show, and this is what a lot of people fail to pick up on Twitter, and a lot of people who think, oh, I could talk myself into Klint Kubiak. We're not going to bring up who said that. The Klint Kubiak saw the Cardinals' dysfunction up close. He knows that they've got a long way to go in certain aspects, and that sometimes ownership holds them back, and that sometimes facilities hold them back.
Yeah,
they get that. He's seen the locker rooms. He's visited this team. So I say all that not to be a downer, but just like that's why it was so encouraging when you got LaFleur here for 2 days, and it's like, well, this is somebody that has seen the Cardinals. They have seen what's the dysfunction's been up close, and they still want to be inclined to talk about it, how they could help fix it. That makes me feel good. That Mike LaFleur understands the assignment. Klint Kubiak's not going to take this job over the Raiders job. He's not going to say like, well, Cardinals really sold me on the fact that they're hoping to get a quarterback at some point and facility's going to be done in 2 years. Like, I'm excited about all those things transpiring. Klint Kubiak is on easy street. Klint Kubiak right now has a perfect scenario, very similar to Ben Johnson. And you don't disrupt that just because, it's 1 of 32. It's all about optics and standards. And the Cardinals just don't have the cachet and the resume to secure a deal with a coach. It's not like it could never happen, but we've seen this hiring cycle has already outed the team. I mean, they've been a laughingstock nationally. Yeah, they've been exposed. So anybody sitting here and saying, well, Michael Bidwell could just blow him away with a $15 million a year salary. It's like, number one, when does that ever happen? And number two, I don't know if that'd be enough.
Right. No, and that's the Hail Mary, or like, and you're wondering if that's even in play, or if they're just, as you said, going to see this through, and Kubiak's representation probably welcome that to create some leverage, some actual in-person leverage, to get the best deal possible, to drive the price up and kind of turn the screws on Mark Davis, who's already saving as much money as I hope he could possibly can on haircuts, and Tom Brady. That's the only thing that you can come in with is like, we're prepared to pay top price. We're prepared to pay whatever your demands are
Yeah.
for, roster construction or what you want, like from this organization. But even with that, as it stands here in the 2026 offseason, you haven't done enough work from 23 to now to really make, even based on potential, the potential of a franchise that somebody envisions themselves finding success with. You can get in with the Gannons, you can get in with the LaFleurs, and those are worthy running mates, right?
Yeah.
Like those are guys like LaFleur is coming off of being a non-play calling offensive coordinator who will get into it when the time probably comes that he's hired, what his potential is and why we like him as a coaching candidate and head coach for the Cardinals. But also he's a flawed candidate, which that's the sandbox you're going to play in.
Right.
If you're the Arizona Cardinals, who just went 15-36 over the last 3 years, coming off of a previous failed stint with Cliff Kingsbury. I almost got my KKs wrong there. But yeah, this is fascinating that they continue to kind of open themselves up for this. And you're going to see it. We're going to put it right out there in front of you. And you're going to see the advantages that the Raiders have and the advantages that the Cardinals do not have based up against them. It's not as simple as there's two teams and it's a decision that's going to come down to Kubiak, because it seems like I was talking to somebody last night, Johnny. I was trading, back and forth with somebody who's an insider in the industry, and didn't think they were realistic as far as an option for Kubiak. And you've heard similar things.
No one thinks they have a shot.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's commendable. If this was like early in the process and they could afford to do this, I would say it's commendable. I see a lot of that on Twitter. It's like, well, you guys demand that they talk to the big dogs, and then when they secure an interview, you're complaining. It's by the time they speak to this individual, it's going to be almost the 1st of February.
Right.
They have had 20 plus interviews. This is not us giving them a hard time about a candidate. It's about the timing of when they're going to do it and the optics in which everybody around the NFL, apparently outside of a team in Tempe, thinks is going to happen.
Yeah.
Like
let me field that one a little bit, because
sure.
I didn't know that existed. That irks me. I mean, to not really take into the facts, the circumstances of all this, the timeline of this.
Yeah, you got to really be struggling to not put those pieces together.
To not put. I mean, Klint Kubiak is a candidate that I had been talking about since things really started to go awry.
November.
Right. When we first put together, when we workshopped that, was it a primetime game? It was a late game, right? We started to put together a short list, and Klint Kubiak was on that. And then there was the rumblings that JG was come back. I commended and I applaud them for getting in on Kubiak and getting that interview in early. But the way things transpired, as jobs were taken, as candidates from Las Vegas went off and flew off the board, and their options were just limited solely to Klint Kubiak, and it's Cardinals versus Raiders here. Like, and the Cardinals seemingly had kind of given in to the idea that they were going to move on. It just seemed like, okay, you tried, you gave yourself the best shot, you got the first interview, but now things have just transpired here where it's not worth it. It's be more beneficial to just move on with a candidate that suits your organization better, as how things have played out here.
They couldn't get an interview with John Harbaugh. They couldn't get an interview with Kevin Stefanski. They couldn't get an interview with Sean McDermott. So, okay, Robert Saleh spurned them, didn't take an interview, right? He did the virtual interview, didn't do it in person, okay?
Right.
Like the top candidates in this market, Jesse Minter didn't come for a second interview. Jeff Hafley didn't come for a second interview. It put them in a very specific category, a very specific sandbox. You could argue they're bottom tier or like slightly above, hanging on for dear life. Like, but we understand that. Right. And I thought the Cardinals also understood that. Their fan base gets it. And that's why this whole dog and pony show is a joke, because I wonder deep down if the brass in Tempe thought our fan base can be fired up. We're interviewing Klint Kubiak. And most, like you look at all their posts that just get ratioed into oblivion, most people are like, this is a waste of time. If you blow if you blow this opportunity to get Mike LaFleur, I'm like canceling my season tickets. What are you doing?
Right.
Because everybody sees the optics of what is going to happen if Mike LaFleur, if we get a notification in an hour that Mike LaFleur is staying in LA, which you don't think is likely. I don't think is likely, but you're leaving yourself vulnerable to that. What if Mike LaFleur is at his kid's dance recital tonight? He's like, I love LA. I love my friends here. I love my team. You're leaving yourself vulnerable to that. And then you're going to turn around, get stiff-armed by Klint Kubiak Saturday. We know it's coming. And then you're going to have to turn to your fan base and say, you know what? It was Anthony Weaver all along. It was Raheem Morris who was just fired all along. I mean, it's just you've done more harm than good. Again,
and I'm going to reach out to them, and I'm going to say, the people that buy that, I'm going to say, I've got some oceanfront property too.
That's right.
Yeah, I've got it just a couple miles from here. I'd like it.
There are people legitimately saying like, there's no downside to interviewing him. Then you haven't been paying attention. Then
I'm not a big believer in that. It stunts your ability to hire LaFleur. Like, I do believe that that's very possible.
I want to get into that, by the way.
Sure, but and I'll just say this: going to the interview on Saturday, and holding it, and basically actually just moving forward in the process after your 2-day, interview with LaFleur earlier this week, all it does is open up the opportunity for second guessing. That's it. But do I think it's likely? Do I think, and like we'll get more into this conversation as far as the Rams' motivation and what could persuade, a guy like Mike LaFleur to think twice and come back. I think that those you leave that door ajar, and that's not what you want to do. Do we want to get into what's actually happening? Because like in the late at night, like the details started to trickle out from different insiders.
Okay, block that out.
Yeah. This has been a tough 24, 48 hours for you, but let's get into this, and then we'll get into the kind of what it means as far as for the Cardinals. So Rossini, it was Tony Pauline. Peter Schrager backed up Pauline's reporting
right after we got off the air.
Yeah, and then later last night, it was Fowler and Rossini giving some details. And then I was able to just summarize it for Cardinals fans, so you didn't have to go to several different places. Kubiak is set to meet with both the Cardinals and Raiders in person Saturday in Seattle. And according to Jeremy Fowler, Kubiak is the top target for both jobs. Now, this is where Diana Rossini came in with her reporting from The Athletic, saying that finalists for each opening between Vegas and Arizona, they had been informed that this is the final boss. This is the last interview. So they're just on standby. So at least it's not like Floor came out here and then probably had to find out through, poor Twitter that he this is what the holdup is.
Kubiak's the top target for both jobs. Would that bother you if you're LaFleur?
I think you have to have some awareness of where you stand.
That's fair. That's fair. And he's the assistant coach of the year, with all due respect to Vance Joseph. Klint Kubiak's the assistant coach of the year. Klint Kubiak took Seattle from 10 wins to potentially winning the Super Bowl. So I don't know. You see all that. But then you watch like Diana Rossini on what's his name, the ex-Missouri or James Palmer. Sorry. Yeah, but not him. It was James Palmer's show, Scoop City.
Yeah,
which I had never consumed before. And she basically just said like it's Raiders and Kubiak, and then here are some names for the Cardinals. And she keyed in on LaFleur, and she said initially they were locked into offense, and we're told a little bit more open-minded than that now, which is concerning. Given the candidates that are available, maybe that was more because of Campanelli's, rise in prominence. But I look at those tweets, and I don't know how you don't come away with the Cardinals want to be a finalist to say they were a finalist. The Cardinals won a participation trophy with Klint Kubiak, and it's like they want to be in this cycle. And like it's not the optics of this, which they had to have known it was going to come out. The optics of this are not benefiting them. Like very few people are like, great job, Cardinals. They're doing it. they're in the mix. It's like you can't get rejected for 3 weeks and then by default get an interview with Klint Kubiak and then say, check us out. We're hot shit now. And it's like, no, guys, you're not. No one thinks you're getting this job. You got people from Pat McAfee's show saying you might as well just go into the season without a head coach. I mean, like Fred Warner's and Almiron St. Brown are making fun of you on their podcast. Like the longer this has gone, the more susceptible you have been to jokes and criticism, which is in turn irate for your fan base.
Yeah.
You have misplayed this whole thing.
No, absolutely. I mean, teams that were the punching bag of the NFL going into this season have passed you and actually gained credibility to where the Titans were able to land a coach, and the Raiders, despite their dysfunction and how disastrous this season was under Pete Carroll en route to the top pick. Yeah. They were able to create some leverage, and people have conversations about them. They're a relevant team where you'd be lucky if the only time the Cardinals are really getting talked about, it's being a punching bag. Right. I mean, we were talking about, I was reading the article from Albert Breer, and it was similar. It was like in a similar tone as Rossini. It's just like Kubiak, Raiders, right? And then, there's the Cardinals. And he's like, so where – this was from his MMQB article today, and it says, where does this end up? He could wind up having his pick of the two jobs, talking about Kubiak.
Oh, no shit, Albert.
And he says the Webb is still very much in play in Vegas, which is insane. And Arizona's been pretty open-minded the past 3 weeks. It ends it with that. They've been open-minded. It's like, hey, we got a phone call with John Harbaugh. How about that? And did you know that Robert Saleh was planning to come visit us if he didn't get hired the previous night and use us for leverage? And then, now we've got this interview with Klint Kubiak. We're pretty excited about it. We got our PowerPoint dialed in, and we're just ready to get our seat at the table.
And this is universally the take of people online. This is not us being negative. This is everybody, even their precious flagship radio station, the local newspaper, everybody in consensus has said, you don't know what you're doing. You look unprepared. You did not think this through with firing Jonathan Gannon. Not that I'm condemning the decision, but it clearly was a snap judgment. You made this decision on a whim and we're not prepared for the coaching search. Then we thought, okay, they're going to luck into a good candidate earlier this week, and you let him leave. And Bo and I are still very much of the mindset. They offered LaFleur a contract. He'd be the Cardinal coach. They'd have a flipping presser tomorrow. Then you could go into next week and just start building out your staff. I mean, I know there are people online who are like, what's another couple days? That's a lifetime in the NFL.
Right.
Like, guess who gets to put together his staff in private right now? Klint Kubiak. Klint Kubiak is going to pick people off of Seattle, right? Like, Mike LaFleur, I mean, here's what's the reality. I want to prepare everybody for something as we're 23 minutes into the show. A lot of the coaches that were on the staff last year are going to be on the staff this year. We have been ahead of the curve with this. We are the first to report. Nick Rollis, right now, is a good chance of returning. Justin Fry, good chance of returning. I mean, I know that there was a perception that they're 3-year deals. The guys that have left, they've allowed to leave. Drew Petzing, goodbye.
Right.
Their cornerback coach just got hired. Everybody else is in Tempe, and they're waiting to see if the new boss, whomever it may be, is going to keep them on staff or replace them. So, but with each passing day, I would prepare people that Nick Rollis is this team's defensive coordinator.
Well, and that takes away some of the allure of Mike LaFleur, right? Where you thought you were going to pair him with a impressive veteran defensive coordinator. So, yeah, let's talk about the ramifications. Let's get into that. Let's talk Raheem Morris, because it doesn't seem, as likely as he could land here in the desert along with LaFleur as his DC. Those conversations and much more. Hit that like button here on PHNX Cardinals.
With the big game just days away, there's been no better time to dabble with our friends at Bet365. I get a lot of people say, Johnny, I've been trying to get on the gambling scene. I don't know where to start. Hell, football season is about to come and go, but where can I get a premier deal with your friends at Bet365. I'm going to tell you right now, they've got the Bet 5, get 200. But what are you going to spend those bonus bets on besides the big game? How about a little tip-off Tuesday with the NBA? And, of course, we've got the early payout offer with hockey, spring training right around the corner. It's going to be time to dabble on some baseball on the diamond. And, of course, I love those futures, those props for the NFL draft, and, of course, for free agency. All that's going to be up for grabs with our friends at Bet365. New customers get 200 bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up. And again, PHNX 365. Plug it in. You're going to deposit $10, place just a $5 bet to get 200 in bonus bets. Again, bonus bets can be used on spreads, totals, player props, futures. How about Gatorade color coming up on the big game? Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary with Bet365. You got to be 21 years or older, physically located in Arizona. If you were someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Text Next Step to 53342 or visit problemgambling.az.gov. Keep a lookout for Bo and I as we're going to be in San Francisco, in Santa Clara for the big game. We're going to be dropping a robust 3-leg parlay with our friends at Bet365. I went 3 for 3 during Championship Sunday. Let's see if we can keep on our hot streak, Bo.
We were pretty hot down the stretch there. Everybody loves a nice big 3-game parlay. Jump in on that. Look, you know that the show loves a nice night out at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Great shows, great food. The whole treat yourself mentality on full display. Gila River Resorts and Casinos, though, it's bringing Vegas to you. No longer having to jump on, of course, the highway and get out there from AZ to Vegas. That's a long road back, isn't it? Some of the worst car moments I'm sure all of us have experienced. No longer is that the case. The Vegas residency is going on live, happening now through April. Exclusive concerts, DJ sets, showgirls, chef-driven dining, pop-up bars, surprise cameo, and, of course, the whole Vegas energy without having to hop on a plane. Check it out right now. Get that fabulous Corvette giveaway going on. 4 casinos, 4 Corvettes. That's right, 4 bets. You got the 4 chances to win big. It's going on through April 24th. Wild Horse Pass, Lone Butte, Bequeva, and Santan Mountain. Check it out right now. You bring you. We bring Vegas. You do you. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for full calendar and details.
Hit that like button for us. All right, let's talk about, I don't know, emergency, break glass scenarios here. Bo and I, on the record, do not think Mike LaFleur is going to take the Cardinal job.
No.
Excuse me. Klint Kubiak.
Yes.
Sorry, my brain. I've done a show maybe 30 out of the last 31 days. Somebody texted me during the break that the Raiders GM Spy Tech is very close to Gary Kubiak. They have a very close relationship too. So if you want to add that on top. So we don't believe Klint Kubiak is a realistic target. We don't play in that sandbox. So let's talk about Mike LaFleur for a second.
Okay.
I want your opinion because we talked about this off air. I think that we need to get through the next 48 hours to feel safe because I think we get to Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're in good shape because then I think you can immediately pivot. We got to get through all day tomorrow, however, to make sure that there's not a, send out from the Rams that, hey, we're keeping Mike LaFleur for another year. Do you agree with that?
Yes, that's the worst of all realities, right? That's where if you were holding off, hovering your hand over that panic button, that's where I think you would hit panic, and you look at who can salvage this thing, who can be the head coach that can still maybe give some juice to the fan base, and us get a minor win coming off of having to pivot off of our former coach, which was viewed by the fans as a big win, pivoting off of JG. So, yeah, it would certainly just be another loss. It would be a continuation of a 14-loss regular season into the offseason. I think
let's talk about why we don't think that that's likely, Bo, as what you've outlined to me. Because I think
we don't want to get into the Cardinals versus Raiders here. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Let's do that. Cue
Okay.
that bad boy up because I'm going to put it on social media.
Walk
us through this nightmare world.
All right, let's get into it. So I like this is what Noah called it. The battle at the bottom between the two final teams of the 2026 coaching search. At some point, I'm going to be able to put on my Facebook, I mark myself safe from the coaching search, hopefully. But that's going to have to wait. Let's just start. Jay Glazer put this out earlier this offseason as far as, the three most important things as far as head coaches, what they look for. It is quarterback, owner, and then, of course, just the organization and front office. Quarterback looks like Kyler Murray is all but gone for the Arizona Cardinals, and they've got just under contract Jacoby Brissett, while the Vegas Raiders are flush with the number 1 overall pick and sitting there as the only viable quarterback in the draft right now for Mendoza. So edge goes to the Vegas Raiders. I think you could easily say that. When you look at ownership, if it was just Mark Davis versus Michael Bidwill, Johnny, I think you could say, okay, maybe you could pull some strings for Bidwill, but given, the addition of Brady, given that they've got new facilities, which you'll see at the bottom of this chart, Cardinals got an F grade on the NFLPA, while
is that bad?
You got an average of an A for the new facilities there in Vegas. So Mark Davis gets owner. He brings home facilities. So they've got 2 here. As far as the roster goes, I think, once you get a little bit healthier, you look at the draft picks, I'd probably give the edge to the Arizona Cardinals. I think it's better than Las Vegas.
I agree.
While Vegas is a little bit worse than the Cardinals as far as where they are overall with the rebuild. Still, like you look at, there's some star power there in Vegas. You got Max Crosby. I get that. Brock Bowers is impressive. Cardinals, they've got a couple things going with Trey McBride, Paris Johnson Jr., Josh Sweat, Budda Baker. You can name, I think, more viable players than the Raiders right now. Cap space, very important when you look at it. Raiders are second in cap space as far as this offseason. They're at $88 million without even making any moves. Cardinals are at $35 million without making any moves, which are there. They could probably get up over 50. And then you look at the brand, notoriety. Cardinals 7 playoff wins, just 11 games in the postseason and over 100 years of history. Well, the Raiders, they're kind of well-known internationally. They've got 3 Super Bowls. That's why, right? So this is a lopsided victory for the Vegas Raiders when you're just putting it on paper versus the Cardinals.
They have ties to the Kubiak family. I mean, what more do people need to see? This is a waste of time. This is these. The optics of it are bad. I think they thought the optics of it would be better. I mean, people are. It's like what do we always say after losses, after everything? When you're talking to people about plays in a game or injuries or whatever, people are too smart. Cardinals, they have too much information available. You can't feed them the same BS. 1995. It's like, the Cardinals, I'm reading in my local newspaper. Or I'm getting on an AOL, and they've got an interview with Klint Kubiak. It's like, great.
Right.
No, it's like we live in a Twitter, instant gratification society. This is, you have to be, at the end of the day, realistic. We're realistic here. We're playing the odds. If that was close, we would try to sell it. There's nothing to sell there. Mm-hmm. And again, like I'm not broken up about it. None of us, no one in this market who lives, on planet Earth thought that they had a realistic chance at Klint Kubiak. Nobody. There are people who put it out there within the last 24 hours for clicks and engagement, which is really unfortunate because what it does is it gives false hope to a fan base that realistically speaking, we're trying to heal here. And you're doing more harm than good. When you try to be a big, mascot for the team, thinking, oh yeah, this is realistic. It's just like my 10-year-old might believe you, but like, come on now, let's call a spade here. He probably wouldn't. Hudson would be able to sniff that out. At the end, he's watched this team the last few years.
He has Madden. He can even tell in Madden.
That's right. He's like, why are they always so bad on Madden? Why is everybody's ratings in the 60s? There's a way to get a win without putting yourself susceptible for more losses.
Right.
These are unavoidable. These are avoidable losses, Bo.
Oh yeah. It's madness. It really is. I mean, as far as the decision to see this through and take, that one last swing at the top candidate, is that the case? Like Mike LaFleur, do you do him a disservice by making him look like the fallback too, where you didn't have to do that? Like people moved on from Kubiak. Safer and probably more realistic option all along was LaFleur, but like now, have you even kind of drug his name through the mud by taking this interview at the very end? I think that's risk. I think, like I said, it's madness, and that's why the interview feels less like strategy and more kind of like desperate.
Pipe dream.
Yeah.
So I mean, yesterday my reaction to it was, this is stupid. I just think it's dumb.
That's some hardcore analysis, right?
It's just like I think I looked at that when that came out, and I'm like, this is dumb. What are you doing? Yeah. You're gonna blow it. That's what people think.
Yeah.
Common Cardinal fans are like, what are you doing? You're wasting time. And like typically we want to give analysis and we want to peel back the layers. There's nothing to break down here. I mean, let's look at that chart one more time. Then we're gonna take a break and come back and talk Raheem Morris. I mean, it's just like people on Twitter that are desperate are like, look at our receiving core. It's better. Okay. Look at the facility. Look at the ownership. Look at the quarterback. Look at the history, the ties, the cap space, the fact that he's clearly been being courted by the Raiders this whole time. The Cardinals have probably hit him up like twice. And the Raiders, Tom Brady's probably been talking to Klint Kubiak on and off this entire time. It's just like, you don't have an in, guys. I asked Bo today because I'm trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Is there a competitive advantage we're not thinking about here? Like, oh, maybe Clint's going to stay in Seattle, so we want to meet with him. And you're just telling Mike LaFleur, like, hey, we're just going to get you a scouting report to help if he goes back to Seattle, or they're going to promote somebody from within. That's the only rationale I can break down is they're trying.
Are you okay? Like, did you throw your back out trying to reach for that? And I understand you're grasping at straws,
isn't it? I wish point.
Yeah.
Like Ryan saying Cards know something. What do they know? What do you think they know? I'm not trying to be a smartass. I'm legitimately asking. Do you think that they have a real shot at this? If it is, then they do not have the Wi-Fi they speak of. They're using a rotary phone. If that's what we think is happening.
I mean, the only thing I can consider here, and this is how I'll try to, rationalize it.
Okay.
Like they're planning to go in there and do something they've never done in the history of their franchise and throw a bag at Kubiak, and then also say like, it's all good that they got Tom Brady, but the last three coaches that you've seen, be on the sidelines for the Raiders all got less than 30 games. All of them. The last three. You had a couple one and dones. Even Pete Carroll, who was kind of the face of stability in the NFL for so long, he got one season and then he was fired. And then Antonio Pierce, he got one season. He was fired. Sure, you could throw in a couple interim games that he had. And then you had, like, previous to that, Josh McDaniels, another failed tenure, less than 30 games there at the head there. Like, I think I saw they had like 5 one and done coaches in the 2000s. It's pretty incredible. I mean, if you're looking for stability, it's not the Raiders. And that's the one thing you can say, that's not, we gave Gannon 50 games. He didn't win enough. Like, nobody can deny that. 15 games and 51 times taking the sidelines. Cliff Kingsbury got 4 years plus we gave him an extension. We've been paying him the last couple of years. And then outside of Steve Wilkes, you got 5 with Bruce Arians. Like, they've given guys fair chances as far as being head coaches. They want stability in the organization. It's just they haven't been able to identify it. And then when they do identify it, get that person to the organization to coach the team.
Too little, too late. Should have ponied up with Sean Payton. Should pony up with realistic candidates. I mean, Sean Payton came here for a whole day.
Yeah, Sean Payton's giving injury information he shouldn't be giving.
God, I'd love that. I'd kill for that.
It's like, it's not Bo's first ankle injury. And Bo Nix is like, what the hell is he talking? Why is he saying that?
All right, we got to go to break. We're coming back. We're going to talk about why we believe Mike LaFleur still has a good shot, and who's the next candidate up if he doesn't get the job. It's PHNX. If you're thinking to yourself, I need a new hat, but I don't know where to start. Well, I'm going to tell you my personal hat journey since moving to the Valley, right? I dabbled in a lot of the quote unquote name brands, right? I had my go-tos. Then I picked my kids up from school one day and I said, what are those double B's on everybody's hat? I would say conservatively, 4 out of every 5 hats I saw in the greater Gilbert area had branded bills. And I said, man, those look comfortable. They're sharp. They're stylish, all of the above. And you can get them right now because branded bills has the headgear to stand you out from the crowd. Branded bills has you covered with the best custom headgear. Start your order and their dedicated team will help you create the exact custom apparel you need, whether it's snapbacks, truckers, fitteds, beanies, or tees. Branded bills has you covered with performance and style. They've got partnerships with universities, U of A, ASU as part of their campus collection. They also partner with the Phoenix Suns. They also partner, I don't know if you ever heard of them, PHNX Sports. We're repping our PHNX Cardinals hat next week in Santa Clara when we're at the big game. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of compliments. People are going to say, what are those double B's? And I'm going to be saying, get yourself branded bills, brandedbills.com. We're going to hook you up 15% off your first order. BB PHNX. Again, that's BB PHNX at brandedbills.com. Level up your headwear today.
We all know the sports scene starts to heat up here in the Valley of the Sun in March, and it's not going to be hotter than this time around because for the first time ever out at Phoenix Raceway, out there on the west side, you're going to have NASCAR and the NTT IndyCar series going on the same track, Phoenix Raceway. Don't miss out on it. I mean, it can't beat a day at the track, race weekend, engines firing. Of course, smell of the rubber, crowd losing it going into turn 1. It's an unbelievable experience that you can even take to the next level at Phoenix Raceway. How about upgrade to the Desert Diamond Casino experience, the infield experience, garage access, also track walks, meet the drivers, pre-race concert. It's all there for you. You don't get any closer than this at Phoenix Raceway this March. RV options, grab hillside views as well for the Cup race and lock in all race weekend long. History is being made March 5th through the 8th, and you're going to want to say that you were there. Secure your seats right now. Link in the show notes, but I'm just going to tell it to you. PhoenixRaceway.com. It's that simple. Lock in.
All right, hit that like button. We've got almost 900 watching live. Please subscribe to PHNX Sports. Jumping back into this. All right, let's start. Let's put Klint Kubiak off to the side. Say bye, Klint. Enjoy Las Vegas. Let's talk about why we think it is likely that Mike LaFleur will wait this out. We had a conversation off air today. He hasn't pulled out yet, which is a good sign. Maybe the Cardinals told him, hopefully, that, hey, we're gonna wrap this up with Klint this weekend, and then we're gonna be in touch. There is also, as opposed to Campanelli, who it feels like they're building something special in Jacksonville. He's a loyal guy. Clearly wasn't in contention as one of the top guys for this job. What is Mike LaFleur going back to? He's going back to a job he doesn't call plays for. He's going back to a job where people have anointed Shieldhouse. And I think this is an important point, is that Sean McVay, unlike probably Kyle Shanahan, McVay is not going to sweat promoting Shieldhouse. McVay likely wants to put it on his resume. Hey, I've appointed 4 different guys to head coaches in the NFL. This would be his 4th eventually. I know Liam Cohen and Matt LaFleur had stops in between, but if they called plays, they would have been head coaches earlier. So am I missing anything there? Because I'm trying to give Cardinal fans an opportunity, maybe take a step back from the ledge and, okay, with each passing hour, still a semi-decent chance that they could get this done.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think that LaFleur even has the leverage to go back and say, I need a raise. Like, that's what you saw with Coach Camp, right? Coach Camp, the performance from his first year defense, turning that thing around, putting himself in head coaching interviews, getting himself to the finalist stage with one of the teams, and then parlaying that into a payday where, there weren't any in-house options where it's on full display with Los Angeles. That there's an in-house option. There's a cycle. This is a process for Sean McVay. Like he go, like, you are not abandoning him. Like, he could do it on his own if he needed to, but he's also utilizing this as kind of a a proving ground in developing young offensive play calling talent. And it's like LaFleur's been there the last 3 years, and Shieldhaas has gotten a couple interviews this cycle. It's time for him to graduate, and I think it's time for both of them to graduate. So it's just it's easier for that, and you're not going to have Los Angeles. I don't think anybody's going to go and say, "Well, we'll give you a raise. Like we'll make you feel more comfortable." I think it's now like go off and try to do your own thing. I'd love to see you on the opposite sidelines at one point. Like there's not this urgency like there was with the Jacksonville guys to keep them, to retain them. So like there's not that threat. And then also like if we go through this cycle, there are a lot of knocks on guys who had previous stops in high profile roles, whether it's being a previous head coach or being a coordinator. And like LaFleur's got that strike against him because of his tenure in New York.
Right.
And like we've talked about it the last couple of days, is this has kind of gone on. Like as far as LaFleur, like he's most likely going to be the same sought out candidate, if not less, this time next year. Like
with less openings.
This is probably his shot. So he's probably, like, I would imagine he's more content, like as much as he probably wants to start and build his staff, probably content with waiting to hear, the Cardinals come back to him with an offer.
And his agent, Jonathan Gannon's agent, they probably talking to Klint Kubiak's agent, and there's an understanding like Cardinals probably have an idea they're not going to get Klint Kubiak. So just sit tight, right? Like, hey, realistically speaking, this is, if the Raiders were going to hire Davis Webb, they would have hired him already.
It's not as much as I'm sure LaFleur is confident in his abilities and it believes he can run a show.
Yeah.
And that, how he's viewed in league circles versus where Kubiak is. If he has self-awareness, he's not going to be felt disrespected.
Okay.
Like Kubiak, whose offenses have put up 41 and 31 points the last couple of games respectively, that he's being, just cast aside here, that they're just, well, we think we can do better.
Right. Can I ask you this? Okay. Let's play this out.
Okay.
Or waits it out. Cardinals go to Seattle Saturday. They do the interview. They get a feeling of go away.
Right.
What's the likelihood that the team offers the job to someone not named Klint Kubiak, and who would that be in your mind?
LaFleur, you mean?
Yeah, LaFleur. God, I keep doing that. I apologize. Yeah. The optics of somebody not named Mike LaFleur. I retweeted this before the show. Raheem Morris is on the 49ers radar to become their DC. I haven't seen Anthony Weaver's name in any kind of transaction since the Cardinals spoke to him last weekend. I mean, those two guys are just kind of lumped into this. And then, of course, like if they don't pick Mike LaFleur and they go with one of those two guys, you're going to have to spin it to your fan base that, hey, this was our guy all along. When on all actuality, people know that that's not true.
Right. There's no spin there. It's not. It's just a pivot. It's a hire, and it's a loss. It's a loss as far as the coaching cycle goes. You didn't come out with what's going to be perceived as a much better option than what the status quo would have been before with Gannon. I mean,
we got it confirmed yesterday officially that Raheem did a second interview after not doing a first one, and like we're trying to piece when that would have been. It was probably like last Saturday. It
could have been before then. I mean, he didn't have to get permission or anything like that. So it could fly on the radar. Just like the Ron Rivera one did from a couple weeks ago. I mean, that was around the 15th or that area, that general time. I bet you a guy like Raheem Morris they could have done it whenever, like as soon as he was fired from the Falcons, which was,
well, they said he skipped the first set Zoom call. Right. And then he came in for an in-person. So, yeah, maybe a week ago, maybe 10 days ago. Let me ask you this then, too.
Sure.
Because it's important we talk through these scenarios because Cardinal fans are trying to talk through them. I don't know how the next 2 days are going to go. I don't know who they're going to hire. I think I do. Nobody can say for sure. If the Cardinals had brought in Vance Joseph for an in-person interview, we would know about it. His agents would let the people in Denver know. Benjamin Albright, the entire group in Denver would have that. If Vance Joseph did a second interview in person, it would come out before any kind of hiring. So I would take that. What, you got something to combat that? Or
I
what?
can't believe we're bringing him up.
Well, because people are just like, what if they don't get LaFleur and then they just have a tweet that says we've hired Vance Joseph?
I mean, that would mean that Raheem Morris and Anthony Weaver all said thanks, but no thanks.
You think so? Or you like,
yes.
You think that, okay. I agree that he's not even in contention, but there's still people putting gifts of him. You know, that gift that's out there.
I know.
Doing this, the smiling one. I'm like, get that out of here.
Yeah. No, I don't even consider him anything but, I don't even know if I could say break glass in case of emergency. I don't even think it's in the building.
Well, Raheem or Anthony Weaver would take the job.
That's break glass in case of emergency. Like, right. That's saying like, no, you're outside the burning building and like Vance Joseph is whatever you can find for cover. Like,
everybody wants to connect him to this job. You think that if he had a second interview, people would be running to say, see?
I mean, you had Albright give up on that earlier this week. We haven't heard a peep as far as him being.
It's dead.
Yeah.
All right. So no Vance.
It's just people could see that being an option, and they won't for whatever reason, because it's not something that you get a positive response out of.
People are saying breaking news: Davis Webb withdrawing from consideration with the Raiders. What are we doing? What are we doing?
This could expedite Saturday.
Can we do it, please? Can we cancel this stupid thing? Enough.
I mean, Bees, how does Davis Webb news change this? This changes in the sense that Davis Webb is going to be the next non-playing calling OC of the Denver Broncos. He gets promoted there. And, according to Albert Breer and other NFL insiders, like, he was still on the table for the Raiders. So
they have no one else. They have no other candidate.
Else.
Come on, guys. What are we doing? I mean, there were people who still thought, the Raiders might not want to wait for Kubiak. You think that's the case? I think this is a good thing, don't you? I think this is a good thing.
Yeah, I think
Smarten up, Cardinals. Pick up the phone, get the contract in, get it signed. Let's move on. I am annoyed, Snacks. This is the Las Vegas Raiders are hiring Klint Kubiak, guys. There's no interview. There's nothing that needs to be done. There's no one you need to meet. Everybody understands what's happening. I mean, like, what do you think about this? This is a joke. Can we not? I'm ready to change the show title to "Let's Go. It's Over." SOS. Send help now. Get Mike LaFleur on the phone. Finish this. We're done.
Like, we've canceled our trip to Seattle.
Cancel it. If they do this stupid interview for semantics, do we have any more ads to get to, Noah?
We do.
Let's do an ad break and come back because I need a second off camera. I'm going to tell you right now, as I prep for our trip next week, I know where I'm going to go to for all my essentials, home or away. It's Circle K. Think beyond the pump and check them out inside for all of those premier deals via our friends at Circle K and the Inner Circle. How about a 79-cent Polar Pop, a 99-cent Froster? The Inner Circle is going to get you hooked up, ready to go, easy to download, so easy to enroll. All you got to do is have a phone number and you're ready to lock in on those sweet, sweet Circle K deals like the buy two, get one free Monster Energy 16-ounce. How about this? They've got 16-ounce Michelob Ultra, $1.50 each. I went and picked up 3 the other night when I thought Matt LaFleur was going to be the coach. I'm going to have to drink them like a sad boy now. But they've also got 2 for $6 Red Bull, 12-ounce. You can also save 25 cents per gallon when you buy 3 Coca-Cola products, 20 ounces or more via the Inner Circle. And of course, everybody's been waiting for it. It's the Meal Deal Matrix. $3 is going to get you a hot dog, Frito-Lay's chips, and a Polar Pop up to 44 ounces for just $3. And of course, the perfect way to start your day. Breakfast Sammy hash brown and a medium coffee, $4. Join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com, Bo, for more details.
Basketball season is in full force. You had the Suns win underman team the other night. Sunnies, they're back. They're officially back, and you're going to want to go see them hit the hardwood. How about some ASU hoops? They might be spiraling, but look, there's U of A coming to town this weekend, right? And if you want to get out there, maybe to the bank this weekend and see the best basketball you've seen collegiately, that's going down this weekend. Get out of the queues, the logins, the price jumping. Check out. You don't want that any longer. That's why you need Game Time. That's why I use Game Time. Johnny uses Game Time. App gives you the advantage right back into the hands of the fans right now. Maybe you're making your way out to Santa Clara, San Francisco. You want the best ticket price for the big game. Game Time's going to give that to you. Right now, though, hoops is going on. I saw NBA tickets starting around $25. Zone deals going on. They come in clutch. Pick the section. Game Time picks the seat, and you save big on your tickets. Don't look anywhere else for your ticketing app than Game Time. Download it today, create an account, and when you use the promo code PHNX, you're going to save an extra $20 off your purchase. That's right. Download the Game Time app today. Create an account. Use the code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase at Game Time. And, of course, terms apply.
All right. We're back. 900 plus watching live. If you're just now joining us, breaking news, Davis Webb has withdrawn from consideration with the Las Vegas Raiders. Klint Kubiak is going to become the next head coach of the Raiders. You've got Ian Rappaport tweeting out, all eyes are on the Las Vegas Raiders. No one is connecting the Cardinals to this job except for the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. Cardinals, like, we also want to
and their flagship.
Yes, which is embarrassing, which we're not going to dunk on them. They do that on their own. All right, so could we see an expedited process to get Mike LaFleur signed, yes or no?
I think absolutely. I mean, do you need any more evidence of the soon-to-be, deal signed by Klint Kubiak to become the next, or agreement, whatever it is, to become the Raiders' next head coach? Like, it just seems like that is just already written. You can almost Sharpie it in. So, for Davis Webb to kind of get that information, I'm sure he's getting, let down easily by the Raiders. It's like, our sole focus is Kubiak. It's Fowler today reporting this. No, let's see the report from Jeremy Fowler today on the Twitter streets. Raiders plan to interview Klint Kubiak over the weekend, then make their decision on the head coach. As one candidate predicted, it's probably Kubiak's job to lose. What decision is there to make now for the Raiders?
Where's the Cardinals tweet from Jeremy Fowler about the Cardinals interviewing Kubiak to juice them up? Oh, it never got created because it's not happening. Awesome. Great, guys. Save yourself some time, some money, firing up the PJ. Cancel your plans. You know what you could do, Cardinals, on Saturday? Build a flipping staff. Hire Mike LaFleur. Try to get Raheem Morris or Anthony Weaver to be your DC. Talk to Justin Fry and see if he works with Mike LaFleur. Get an offensive coordinator. Get a quarterbacks coach. Not, hey, let's take a trip to the Pac Northwest to fail. This is over. Guess who said it was over when it happened? This podcast. 0% chance. 0.0. This is a joke. Can we get Cardinal fans want to heal? They want to embrace you. Let the healing begin. Come on. You got to know if you're Davis Webb, you got no shot. And if you're the Cardinals, cancel the trip. I hope that they don't come out. Here's my only hope. The Cardinals got permission to interview, and they said the expectation was that they were going to do the interview. It never got confirmed by the team or by somebody that it's going to be at this time. The Raider people, it got confirmed that they were going
No, it did.
By who? Who put that out there?
Multiple people, like Albert Breer and I believe Fowler, both put out that the Cardinals were also meeting with Kubiak in Seattle.
Cancel.
Yeah, it was Fowler. He quote tweeted Schrager's report. He says, latest expecting the interviews to happen Saturday in Seattle. Belief in some in the league that Kubiak is the lead candidate in both places.
Cancel the interview. Do you think that they would be worried about optics of canceling the interview? Of like, oh, we don't want to go.
No, it would be like, just move on. Be
Move
the
on.
smart move.
Move
Get
on
your
with
guy.
your life.
Make it at least look like he's your guy, not that he's just some sort of fallback.
What are we doing? If
No,
the interview
actually do one better. Jump in the DeLorean, gun it to 88, and go back to Tuesday and give him and offer him the job.
Here's what I think. Mike LaFleur needs to be signed tonight. Mike LaFleur needs to be the next Arizona Cardinal head coach tonight. If Davis Webb is getting info like, you're done, bro, you're not getting this job, then
I mean, are you at the very least allowed to reach out to Kubiak's representation? Just be like, look, we got the news.
They probably want to do it to wake up.
Nobody's going to buy that. Nobody bought it. Nobody was buying it. Nobody's now.
Well, there are people who bought it that didn't live on planet Earth that thought this is real. It was never real. It was never real. We knew from the minute that Sean Payton asked his OC that Davis Webb was going to be promoted. When did that happen? Last week? Wasn't that like last Friday?
That was like 2 days ago. I know it feels like it was forever ago. It was like 3 days ago.
I'm having a breakdown. This is so obvious.
Yeah.
What happened? And they're just they don't tweet for 5 days and no one has any information. All right, before he heads to the Super Bowl, Klint Kubiak, Jesus, will have second interviews with the Cardinals and the Raiders. With Webb out in Las Vegas, it's likely Kubiak will have the opportunity for one of the remaining jobs. What a stupid tweet. I'm sorry. It's likely that he's going to get one of the rap sheet. Look, let me read this tweet again. What is this? Before he heads to the Super Bowl, Klint Kubiak will have second interviews with the Cardinals and the Raiders, with the Raiders and the Cardinals. With Webb out in Las Vegas, listen to this sentence. It's likely that Kubiak will have the opportunity for one of the remaining head coaching jobs. It's likely that the sky is blue. It's likely you need air to breathe. It's likely we need to eat. What kind of sentence is that? Cancel the interview. I'm going to see Rap Sheet at the Super Bowl next week. We're going to try to get him on. Let's have some clarity here.
Yeah. If you're Monty, call up Bidwill and say, look, we gave it the old college try. We set the interview. Just wasn't in the cards. I know you wanted a big name, but let's just get on with our lives. Let's move forward. If you need any more insight on why to turn on PHNX Cardinals, because they'll fill you in on the rest of the details. Let's just cancel this thing and get Mike in the building permanently.
I just saw a tweet from somebody in this market, and I just can't. It's just
see if I can find it.
You see it too.
Let me just see.
We're reacting in real time, and it's just we got to get Noah to the Pistons Suns game tonight. So we're gonna jump into super chats here. I'm gonna crash out some of it. Like you're seeing in real time how we handle it, the ineptitude sometimes that happens here. Let me know if you see it. Do you want me to send it to you?
I was hoping to just kind of see it on my own. I thought I could.
I mean it. Yeah, let me just. I'm just going to tell everybody right now. I like everybody in this market. They're friendly to us. If there's anybody in this market that is promoting the Cardinals' chances now, it was bad enough 3 hours ago. If they're promoting the Cardinals' chances of getting this job to try to excite you, I would question your acumen of consuming the media. Did you get what I just sent you?
Yeah.
What a joke. That is pathetic. Cancel the interview. Move on.
I don't even know. Like I see Ken Weber saying that we're sad. I don't know if he means that from the standpoint of like we're sad by
I think he
continue to
needs
put
to
us
say
through
that
that.
fan base.
Yeah.
If you're trying to rev up this fan base for an interview that couldn't be more of a farce, turn in your media keys. You're not cut out for this. Super chats, let's do them. My God.
I was like, thank God. Thank God I got to go to the Suns game.
If your reaction to Davis Webb resigning or withdrawing is Cardinals got a shot, get off the internet. Having the time of his life, $5. Cards have a better chance of getting Jeff Saturday than Kubiak this night, no doubt about it. They have a better chance of getting Vince Lombardi. They have a better chance. They have a better chance of Bruce Arians coming back. Thank you so much, having the time of his life. Michael, this is an easy one, $2. If Klint Kubiak chooses the Cardinals, would you go bald, JV? No.
Because just do it now. Just say yes, because it's not happening.
I would have felt greater. Sure, because I don't want that on camera. I don't want people to clip that. I'm 5'6.5". I need my hair, Michael. I said I would chug 9 beers on a live stream, though. I would do that.
Schefter doing a little bit differently. He's got Ryan McFadden, who covers the Raiders for ESPN, and it's McFadden just saying it's Kubiak or bust for the Raiders.
It's Kubiak. End of sentence.
Right. It's
Kubiak. Period.
That's what he's saying.
Cardinals like, we would still like to very much give our presentation, guys. We have a PowerPoint made that's going to blow your socks off. I don't know if you've heard, but we've upgraded our Wi-Fi.
Like, we're getting married on Saturday. How about dinner? What do you think?
Want to get drinks? You want to get drinks at brunch? Can I interest you in?
They're Lloyd Christmas. They're saying, like, what are the chances?
But it's not like 99 out of 100 or whatever.
1 in a million.
1 in a million. It's 0%.
You're saying there's a chance. That's the Cardinals.
No, it's 0%. We've already said it's 0%. Desert
1 in a million is basically 0%.
No, it's not. 0 is 0. Holy Grail of coaching search. What?
Like there's a chance that some scathing report comes out and sinks Mark Davis and the Raider. Like you have to give it like minuscule percentage points, 1 in a million.
Going back to Seattle. He's not coming. He's not coming here. Wake up. Stop pushing that propaganda, guys, in this market. Stop it. Have some respect for your audience. Turn your brain on. It's like, check out that interview rap sheet. What'd you think about that rap sheet tweet? It's like, dear God, fucking excuse me. All right, Desert Vulture, $5. Holy Grail of coaching search. We need a divine intervention. We need a coach. It's January 29th. Hire somebody.
It's the Black Knight in Holy Grail where he keeps getting limbs cut off and he just won't stop fighting. It's like, guys, it's over.
I thought
this flesh wound
was going to be fun. This is a nightmare. I can't believe this has gone this poorly. We've had just a month of just taking body blows.
Clint's like, you still want to meet with me? Yeah, man. Let's get lunch.
I get, he's like, I guess, okay. You could just hear him say, deflated in his voice. All right, okay.
I just can't shake these plans with the Cardinals. I can't believe I made these.
How do I cancel on the Cardinals? They're overcommitting.
Got his nice dad, Gary Kubiak. He's nice. Like, you don't want to leave any bad impression with any of these teams in this league. You never know when you might need a job.
It's like, son, we fall through with our plans. We fall through with our commitments, son.
Yeah, you signed up for this.
All right, Dad, go meet with them. Jeez, I'm not spending more than an hour though. $2. Rivera seen Greyhound Station getting on Tempe cab. This is just the time of the show where I'm just going to start calling people out. I could not believe. I respect Josh Weinfuss. Josh Weinfuss said recently that the Cardinal fan base would be fired up and they're waiting for a Ron Rivera kind of hire. Just guys, if you're throwing out takes like that, just sit out the coaching search. Just don't participate. You're doing more harm than good.
That can't be possible. He couldn't have said that.
Okay.
Ron Rivera? that they've been awaiting a type of hire like that?
Cardinal
Like
fans,
a
bated breath.
terrible hire?
They're trying to get Ron. I tell Josh that to his face. Just tap out. Tap out. We'll see you at
Maybe he was doing one of those 2016 things. It was like right after Ron Rivera and the Panthers just hung nearly 50 points on you in the conference championship game. Cardinals would have signed up for that.
No, to your super chats.
Das Libra. Raiders have hotels, casinos, and the Strip. We have the Hampton Inn and Tanger outlets. How dare you? We love our Phoenix metropolitan area.
I'm gonna say something like legitimately. I have like no bearings about this, no biases. Arizona is 10 times better than Nevada. You couldn't pay me to live in Nevada. I would much rather live in Arizona.
Oh, and Kubiak actually looks like he would prefer lower key than living in Vegas.
The Cardinals,
pretty straight laced dude.
They blow that advantage. Yeah. Fleets 199. If Mike didn't call plays, what exactly did he do? Well, Bo, you've talked to two people that have outlined. Can you give us a little like sneak peek into his job responsibility?
Yeah, he had a couple of times where he did, in a pinch call some plays for him, but a lot of game planning. But he was able to add some innovation and revolutionize a little bit of the offense for McVay. Added some pre-snap movement, really kind of started to embrace the personnel packages that you've seen that McVay in the Rams have been able to expose and exploit. Where like Petzing would run 13 personnel the most in the league, but wasn't able to capitalize on the mismatches where you watch a Rams game and that's all they're doing. So that was LaFleur played a big part in that.
Yeah. Let's jump to the next super chat here. Yeah. You take the gamble. Steven Jackson, $4.99. If we miss out on LaFleur and Kubiak, Monty should be fired. Steve Keim must be loving every minute of this. He should be fired. I have no issue saying that. You've misplayed your hand if you don't get Mike LaFleur. And if you have to come to your fan base and say, hey, we're hiring Anthony Weaver, Raheem Morris after all this, those guys are out of work. Now, they're not going to be out of work. They're going to get DC jobs. They're good coaches, but they're not in demand for head coaching jobs. Yes, Monty should be fired. 100%, Steven. Don't disagree. You know what? Eventually, he would get fired. Eventually.
Keep it going with these super chats. How about Fleets? Been a member for 4 months. Thank you, Fleets. Love to see that. It's unbelievable to see these little month anniversaries. Humbling. We're grateful for all of you hanging in here with us. Sources told me that Mike's once babysat Joe Burrow.
Pretty legit.
When was that? Because he when he went to college in Ohio? Is it possible?
I guess. Maybe.
Some homework on that one. Thank you for that, Fleets. How about RLW? AZ Pros, better roster overall, better place to raise a family. Have to sell that and pray.
I'm praying right now for a different reason. I'm praying that this team wakes up. RL 1976. I need God right now. I need to find God during this coaching search because this has been. Do we need to put the graphic up again?
That's gonna be your sermon. This is what brought you. This is what.
I'm not a religious man, but I'm willing to try it. Come on, Mike. All right, Antonio PH99. Does Bidwell really get the fans, or does Bidwell have a belief of what fans should be happy about? Hi, Deb. I think firing Gannon was a reflection of what the fan base wanted. And I do think to some extent, not entertaining Vance Joseph for a second interview was understanding the pulse of the fan base. And I'm sure you'd have to be naive to not know, like, the fans want Mike LaFleur. Now, should you hire a coach and fire a coach because the fans know? Like, I of course not. But you're not the Steelers, and you don't have, your history to lean on. You're basically starting from scratch with your fan base right now. And it's about small victories. And Mike LaFleur would represent that. Plus, he's flipping qualified. It's not like he's not qualified.
And he's connected.
Yes.
Keeping it going. How about it's me, Babadook, jumping in with the super chat, $5. Love that profile pic too with all the team mics there. Aside from Monty and Michael Bidwell, who else has input on this decision? I know we don't have a president, but are there other C-suite suits involved that we know of? I don't believe so. I think it's a Monty decision. I'm sure he leans on guys like Dave Sears that are in his front office with him as his AGM, but I think it's going to come down to Monty and then Bidwell signing off on it.
Yep. It's going to be a Monty hire, I think. Austin Cross, $9.99. Johnny, if they hire Kubiak, can we get a 6 IPA chug? Yeah, you can get a 12 IPA chug because they're not hiring Klint Kubiak. And I'll do it riding a flipping unicorn into a rainbow. AZ Girl, $2. Wouldn't McBride, Wilson, and MHJ be a draw here? No, not right now.
Well, we put the roster as the Cardinals. That was the only edge they had in our breakdown.
Yeah,
that's it.
A draw, yes, not the draw. Excuse me, I misread that. I'm trying not to be a jerk to people who are like, I could see the appeal. We've had 3 weeks of just kind of egg on their face. Like, this is not an about face that they're going to do.
Yeah. Appreciate that super chat. How about Curve 3? I have faith that Monty will make the right choice. That's Curve. More something to keep the faith in instead of like putting your faith and hope into Kubiak getting hired here. Keeping it going with Brian Gaudier. $20. Thank you, Brian. Can we just have the Cardinals take the season off? We will accept 2027 first overall pick, and we will hire a new coach then. This hiring process has been hair-pulling, jumping off a bridge, stressful.
If they hire Mike LaFleur, Brian, we'll be back like we've never been back before. The offseason will kick in a high gear, and I promise we'll get you loving Cardinal football again. But I'm with you, brother. This has been like literal poison. The season was miserable, and then they've taken losses every week since then. They've made the impossible possible. They have somehow continued to lose after the regular season.
Tank for Manning. Speaking of getting the first overall pick, if we hire Raheem Morris, I'll quit my job and move to Antarctica.
Man, dude's leaving the state. Dude, straight up leaving the state. I love that avatar with me.
Leaving the continent.
Yes.
How about Spence and AZ? Love to hear from Spence. The press conference is going to be brutal. W, Bo, and Teo.
They're probably with Bo and Teo Mackey. I mean, we're not going to be here for the press conference.
If it's next week, I won't be. I will be at Radio Row at the Super Bowl. But the NFL is going to be mad if they're running a press conference during their number one event.
So when would they? So if let's say they hire Mike tonight, when's the earliest they could do it?
I mean, they probably be able to get in Friday, Saturday, or God forbid Sunday.
They could do a presser for Saturday.
Yeah, they could.
Be very Cardinal. Do a presser Saturday.
Buanaki is back. Haven't heard from our guy Buanaki for a while. Good to see him. Who in the front office is pushing this interview? Bidwell, awesome for it. Would be why. What do you get out of it? Everyone knows it's a lie. The most realistic candidate is right there.
I would guess that this is a Michael Bidwell optics push. And I think, please, God, let conventional wisdom take hold. Like, the only person who's saying that you're going to meet with him is Rap Sheet now, because we know that's how they operate. No one thinks you got a shot, guys. The Raiders are laughing at you. Don't let the Raiders dunk on you. Bow out gracefully. Hire Mike LaFleur.
Do what Davis Webb just did.
Yeah,
I'm not getting the gig. We're not going to get the win here. It's better to just kind of drop the class instead of get the failing grade. I know a lot about that. Hey, we got Jay Watt as a new supporter. Love to see it. Thank you, Jay Watt. Welcome officially to the community. You know, I've seen you in here before. We appreciate you. How about Sergeant Gupta? I am Blake Sheldon. Send $1,000 for good coach.
I think it's going to take a little bit more than that. I gotcha.
Blake Sheldon.
Burt Marble. I'll let Bo recover from that one. $4.99. Love JV and Bo for keeping us from smiling. Thank you, Burt Marble. The team needs to get a coach ASAP. My hairline is already cooked. All this stress is not helping. Just shave it off, brother. Just shave it off. You can't.
You can't make any recommendations with your hairline. How dare you? That's insulting.
You know how many people I've seen, they're like hanging on to it and then they shave it and they look 20 times better?
Yeah.
That's my recommendation. But Bert Marble, I'm sure you're very handsome. The little bro, $4.99. $4.99. You two are doing a wonderful job. Best cards coverage. Thank you, Das Libra. We are just, I can't believe, like, legitimately, I can't believe we're still talking about this.
I know.
It's like, and the rest of the NFL has just moved on. Everybody else has just moved on.
It's like the Raiders are going to make their hire. It's like, okay, so that should take up all of them, right? Nope, there's still the Cardinals opening. Keeping it going with Brandon Hunter. Thank you, Brandon. Love the show. Only reason I'm still with this team is because of you guys. You guys get this fan base. This pod can't be replaced. Wow. Thank you.
We love it. We're so blessed we get to do it. And it's certainly not for the wins. Certainly not for the Hall of Famers we get to cover. I'll be rooting for this team till the day I die. But
did you see the Fitz Hall of Fame tweet that just absolutely got ratioed into the sun?
You know what I love? Every time I look at one of those and I see our guy Brian, he's like the first to comment. Just like twisting the knife. And it's just
Brian A or Brian P or both?
Brian A. Or no, Brian P. Brian P. He just immediately gets after him. I'm just like, Cardinal fans have not lost the plot. They understand the assignment. They're just like, we're not letting you up for one. You think you could post something about Larry Fitz? Not on our watch.
You did it for 17 seasons with Fitz. He propped you guys up outside of the couple playoff runs that you guys had. And you used him. And it's like, well, okay, we know this whole game. So we're just going to float this out there. It's like, big week, huh, for Larry Fitzgerald? And everybody's like, hire a coach. You guys suck.
You're an embarrassment. Get him LaFleur. I'm canceling my season tickets. It's just like,
okay, no Fitz. Let's go to plan B. Aeneas Williams. Let's wish him a happy birthday. Hire a damn coach. Keeping it going. Guitar word. How about it's Thursday, my dudes, and the Cards still ass. However, are they holding out for Josh McDaniels? Find a great DC. I know it sounds cringeworthy, but look at what happened to Vrabel. This team is confusing.
Josh McDaniels is a snake. I wouldn't hire him, but
he's not once but twice a failed head coach. He can get it going with the Broncos.
Yeah, he's an OC. Just have him be an OC forever. That's fine. But there's not going to be a secret candidate. There's not, like, we know the guys. We know the guy. The guy is available. Hire him. Like, you literally can just solve all your problems with one move, and then the slow play the coordinators, go through whatever you need to do. But you, like, the Raiders are hiring Klint Kubiak. What are you doing? This just looks so, Bo, it just looks so unprofessional. It just looks like no one understands it. What are you looking at?
It's just a Jeremy Fowler tweet.
Is it talking about the Cardinals doing the interview still?
No, our guy Maserati Albi tagging both you and I on Twitter. It's a Jeremy Fowler.
Oh, God.
Eyes on Kubiak, the Raiders' job. But Panthers DC Avero is still in the mix there.
No, he isn't, Jeremy. They're doing this to leverage the team. Stop. Come on.
It is great because Raiders fans are just like crashing out in the replies.
Jeremy, here's what they did. They went like this. And then they're like, who did they interview previously from Davis Webb? Oh, the guy from Carolina that no one's tweeted about in 12 days. Better put him in there so the Cardinals keep their interview.
His defense looked great when they folded against the Rams in the wild card round. Gave up, 30 points? Keeping it going, Trevor Begay, he's back. Johnny, you look like you need a Disneyland trip.
I would love Disneyland, but prices are just insane. Breaks my kids' hearts, breaks my heart, but times are tough. There are much more important things to do, like cover this team till it breaks me.
It's already broken you. Shane, what's going on? Our guy Shane, he's in the chat. I will die on this hill. Moving on from K1 has backfired and is one of the main reason why they can't get a real hire. K1 not perfect, but it's better selling point than no QB. Ignore the DP years.
No, the jury's out on the fallout this year. Can't put that genie back in the bottle. They're going to trade him, hopefully get a pick, and everybody's going to move on. But Monty Ossenford is trading Kyler Murray.
Our guy Lamar Washington's in the chat. Do you guys see Monty getting fired next season?
No, because they'll get 2 years. 2 years with the head coach, whomever they get. They'll probably get a quarterback this year, next year. He'll get 2 more years.
Iron Will jumping in. I like this one. I just woke up from an evening nap hearing Johnny slamming the table and yelling 0%. Does that mean Kubiak's not coming?
Is that what it takes? How about yesterday's show where I legitimately opened the show and I'm like, this is stupid. What are we doing? That. I mean, like, Cardinal fans get it. This community gets it. They were never getting Klint Kubiak, but they're going to do this stupid interview and they're going to waste more time.
You didn't legit LOL. You're capping on the old Twitter streets there.
No, I laughed because it's so dumb.
We didn't see you laugh on this stream.
That's how I laugh now. It's in anger.
It's just because you're dead inside.
Yeah,
El Machine AZ. Keep Kubiak's name out of your damn mouth, Will Smith.
Klint Kubiak, Cardinals. You should just be thankful he's leaving your division. You should just send a thank you to the Raiders.
The super chats just keep piling up. You guys are crushing it, but you're killing Noah, who's trying to go to the Suns game. Gus, 7 beers, Johnny. Why would Kubiak take the interview if we didn't have a shot?
Because his daddy told him he had to. Because he said, "You keep your commitment, son." No, because they leverage, semantics.
Oh, it's built-in leverage.
He doesn't have to go anywhere. He doesn't have to do anything.
Like, the Raiders are like, who else is vying for your services? And he's just them right there. And there's Monty's like, oh, hi, we have a meeting with.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
That's my Monty Ossenford. Hey, guys, how are you? We'll just be right over there waiting for you guys when you're done. Let us know when you're done. It's like he doesn't have to go. He doesn't have to come to Arizona. He doesn't fly anywhere. They're coming to like the Seahawks boardroom. How pathetic is that? You got to fly to Seattle to try to get a coach that you're not hiring from a division rival who's prepping for the Super Bowl. Have some self-respect. Come on.
You have to take a walk of shame out of your rival's facility. Joel, who is more to blame during this horrible coaching cycle, Monty or Bidwell? That's tough because
probably.
Yeah, the decision to move off of Gannon
was Bidwell.
Put Monty, I think, behind the 8 ball as far as this coaching process.
But like, hey, Monty, when the team was losing, 14,
build a list.
Did you get a legal pad out and just start cranking out some names, or were you like, this will be all right, we'll survive this? We've won 15 games in 3 years.
Buwanaki's back. Kubiak, after trying everything you get out of interviews with the Cards, how are you not dead? Cardinals, we have no idea.
You're dead. It's like, and this is where people like the rap sheets and the Jeremy Fowler. It's like, guys, be insiders. Don't be press release people for the NFL.
Right.
Come on.
New supporter, Circle K Feet 23. Love to see that. Welcome to the crew. Too Slim Shady. Cards aren't courting Kubiak. They're stalking him.
That's very true.
Has reached an uncomfortable level. Tyler P, have you seen the Simpsons scene mocking the Cardinals? I remember when it came out. Can't remember it. It's been a while. It's been out there for a while, right?
Yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah. Chat X. Where's Damon Dog when you need him? Hold the line for Kubiak. We have no choice but to embrace the situation our front office created for us. Blank check and then some. I think a blank check is what you need to give Mike LaFleur at this point. To say, hey, Mike, sorry.
The Raiders will be sitting right there to add another comma or zero, whatever it takes.
They paid John Gruden.
Yeah.
Who the Cardinals never paid? Nobody.
Got a new supporter. How about AH Dark Templar? Welcome. Love that. Cool shades, my guy. How about King Dirtbag 69? Candidates look at us like we're 2 out of 10. It's last call, and they have beer goggles on want to take something home.
Everybody in Tempe, take a deep breath and say, okay, this is not going to work out. We have come to grips with that. We are moving on. Like, I'm still hopeful that they cancel this thing. I don't care what rap sheet's tweeting out.
I think that's very possible. Cruz, Bidwell on the phone with Kubiak crying. Punch Perfect Boxing, our guy, recently became a supporter as well. The scenes when we hire Klint Kubiak by accident. That's the third brother. Klint Kubiak I think he is a real man.
What if they just did that and they brought him up there? Let's just see if people notice.
And here we are, K. Kubiak.
What's your first name? That's not important.
We got you guys Kubiak, damn it.
Why do you look different? You look different.
Davian Christian. I don't think Mendoza is Kubiak's guy. Watch Bidwell spends the money to get this guy and change the trajectory of this god-awful franchise.
I want what you got, Damian. I want that. I want that in my life. I want some hope and optimism.
Yeah.
Mendoza rules. He's a big Star Wars guy. He's gonna be a star.
Red flag. Reese. I hope the meeting with Kubiak goes so bad that they have to call Mike LaFleur Saturday night and beg him back.
Do it right now, Reese. I think. Let's go. Do it now. I want to do an emergency podcast tonight. Noah, cancel your plans. You're not going to the Suns game.
What are the odds they actually cancel the interview? If they hire Weaver or Morris for head coach, I'm done supporting this organization.
Oh my God, that'd be the worst of all reality. They cancel the interview and then they turn around and then they hire Morris or Weaver. My God, that would be a horror show.
That would be one of those, like, it would stun me. I would sit there motionless for minutes, maybe hours.
I need to see tonight the LaFleur tweet.
Yeah. I
need to see it.
Chaz, the Rivera news was a reverse boner. Circle K Feet jumping in with a super sticker. New member. Love to see it. Let's see what, get back into the chat. We won't charge you for a super chat. If you're just being nice, giving us $2, we appreciate that. RLW, never underestimate the Raiders' ability to Raider.
Except for against this franchise.
Yeah.
It's all about who your competition is. RLW. I love people. God love you guys trying to be positive about this situation. I want to be able to sit here and be like, they have a shot at Klint Kubiak. Brother, they got no shot. It's over. They got a better shot at Bo and I coaching the team. King Dirtbag 69 199. Remember, it gets worse before it gets worse. Oh, that's good. Panda with Wings is a member. Let's go, Panda.
Love that.
Wings.
Chris Carrasco, as a longtime Cards fan, I am so saddened by the situation we are in. We are the laughing stock of the NFL, and honestly, I don't see it getting any better next season.
If they get Mike LaFleur, I'm back in. Easily.
Well, yeah. 1HCAA. Cheers, my brothers.
Cheers. I got 3 Michelob Ultras in the fridge waiting to be popped. Waiting to be poured into the glasses I know everybody hates. And we're going to be drinking them, and we're going to be celebrating. We've had a good evening. This was good news, guys.
Martin Davis, thank you for the super chat. After watching the stream yesterday, YouTube gave me a Raiders pod straight after, and they're already talking about OCs, DCs. It's a done deal for them. Sign MILF. Mike LaFleur.
Martin, it is a done deal. Thank you for your super chat. Raiders they're not even like entertaining Cardinal fan. And Cardinal fans aren't even like coming at Raider fans like, we're going to get him. Like the Salah stuff with Titan fans, like that, that got cutthroat. They're like, nobody's even playing that game because everybody gets what's going down.
Circle K Feet jumping back in $5. Thank you, Circle K Feet. Klint and Raiders want Kyler. LaFleur is our new head coach. Saturday's interview is a trade negotiation for Kyler.
Wow. That'd be unbelievable. Trade Kyler and picks for the first overall pick. That would be, I mean, Tom does like K1, but I think
I don't know if the number 1 pick is involved, but
right. Mr. Cardinal, 1969, $2. Thank you so much. If you got a question, comment, put it in the chat. No charge. How about this one? I love this. Burnt Marble coming back, $1.99. Thanks, JV. Uncle Fester, here I come.
Perfect timing. How about Colin?
Fester, we got to get another one.
Deo will embarrass Cards during the press conference.
Bo, why don't you get in there and get muddy?
It could be in Santa Clara. I want to be at the press conference.
You won't
I absolutely
There's
do.
Zero chance this presser's happening before we leave. Zero chance.
And also I'd be curious. Like I know they usually do have Bidwell and Monty up there. They were the first time around. Things might change.
You just put Mike LaFleur up there by himself?
Might do like an opening statement and then have LaFleur get most of the Q&A.
I think Monty would be around there.
If he does, then he's going to get questions about this process. Monty,
you did a great job.
Talked to a lot of people. We need a new coma skit for this offseason.
When I was in a coma? That was it. Was that 2 years ago?
It was.
And then I used to do Johnny Ralphio. Somebody asked me, my guy Brian asked me to do Johnny Ralphio.
How did that not work its way out during a 3-14 season? It's beyond me.
Brian Emerson was like, do Johnny Ralphio. And I'm like, I don't have it in me right now. Like it used to be fun. I don't have any, there's no fun right now being had. This is just, but we're gonna make you do it.
Jenga, Monty Ossenfort sitting in the corner chair. Keeping it going with Frito. Shot second. I will give a $20 super chat if we get a draft day watch along before the draft.
You got it. You don't even need to give $20. We will do that. I will come in the studio, or Bo and I will be somewhere, and we will watch draft day. And what a terrible film that is.
Yeah, terrible.
Mr. Cardinals, 1969, $5. Disneyland is like the Cardinals looking for a head coach, not obtainable. Bingo, spot on. Both hurt me in different ways. Both impact my wallet. This show, man, it's so great. Could you imagine if this team ever won? That's what my wife says. Could you imagine if the Cardinals ever won? I'm like, nope, sure can't.
Shane Lane. One stretch before the bye week in 2024. It was magical. It was our Linsanity run.
That's right. Shane Lane, $4.99. I understand they're moving on from K1. I'm saying it's a mistake. I don't disagree with that. And why real coaches are not looking here. Add it to the list of mistakes. Fire Monty. I don't think if it's a reason why other coaches aren't looking here. I think Kyler's kind of put in a camp of like, well, if I'm going to consider the Cardinals, like I understand what's happened with Kyler and I'm proceeding with that mindset. But Shane, Bo and I have been consistent with our take that like you're not getting a better quarterback than Kyler this offseason. You're just not. But Monty Ossenfort wants to get his guy. But the problem is the guy going to be available this offseason? Or are you going to have to just get a bridge?
Right. AH Dark Templar, one more chat to keep Noah from the game. Love the pod.
Noah's sprinting downtown trying to get to the arena. Shaft, $2. Remember, it gets worse before it gets worse. Kime. Just added Kime to the end of that.
The banger. Iron Will just reported. Sources just witnessed Kubiak's youngest brother, Klint Kubiak, landing at Sky Harbor International Airport. It's a done deal.
Cardinals taking him to the Chili's at Sky Harbor. It's a done deal. They're just staying
Phillies
there.
Too? Phillies to go? Oh, and the last one, maybe Noah. We'll see until people add more. Roundhouse Mouse, $1.99. This whole thing got me. Can't get up for me, lady.
This is like an NC-17 super chat spree. Hit that button.
It's not our fault. This is the team's fault.
It's like, we know who we have. We like this. You know, Raiders are like, we like this guy. He likes us. We're going to get a deal. Cardinals are just like, we're going to interview him too, and you can't stop.
They're like, who's that guy over there? Oh, that's another team I'm talking to. It's not serious. It's just something my dad wanted me to do.
Hang on. There's so much content I want to put out on PHNX Cardinals, memes for representing the Cardinals right now. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Noah's going to go to the basketball game. Bo and I are at our houses. We're going to be on standby. If this team hires Mike LaFleur or whomever, are we emergency pod if they pull out of the interview?
Sure.
Yeah, we're doing it. Hit that like button. Subscribe to PHNX Sports. For Bo, Noah, I'm Johnny Venerable. We'll see you hopefully soon. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.